Hello everybody. This video I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So on Twitter I got some people to ask me some questions, like any question they wanted to ask me, and I'll answer them in a YouTube video. So here we are. It's not going to be a long Q&A, there's only just a few. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's only 6 here, so it's not a lot. But anyway, we'll start. So the first question is from Thanya. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I apologise if I'm not. Well, she actually has 2 questions. Do you have any interesting fan theories about the Child's Play movies, or the Chucky TV series? It's an interesting question. I don't know, to be honest. I would say one fan theory I had about the Chucky movies. I don't really have this theory anymore, but this was before I even heard that the TV series was being made. I was wondering what had happened to Glenn after the events of Seed of Chucky. Because, Seed of Chucky ended where Glenn, now in human form, he, of course, it's his birthday, he opens a gift box, and Chucky's severed arm is in there, and then it comes to life, and it grabs him by the neck, and that's the end of the film. So some reckon that he probably died at the end of the film. I don't think he did. Well, we now know that he didn't, because he's mentioned in the TV series, and he's obviously alive, and apparently he's going to be in the next season. But yeah, he wasn't mentioned in Curse of Chucky or the Cult of Chucky, so I'm wondering what happened to him. This was before the TV series, before I knew that he was alive. But this fan theory I had was maybe Chucky had kidnapped him or something, and maybe that's why Tiffany was helping him during the events of the Curse and Cult. She was helping him so that she could get Glenn back. That's just a fan theory, but it's most probably unlikely, because especially with the TV series, I don't think it's very likely that Chucky would kidnap his own kid. Yeah, he's evil, but I'm not so sure he would do that. That's just my opinion. And her second question is, what are your favourite standalone horror films? I've got loads to name. I really like The Gorgon, which is a British horror film from 1964. So it's made by Hammer Studios, and it's got Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee in it. Very good, very underrated film that I like. That's one of my favourites. And I am one of those horror fans who actually enjoyed Hereditary. I know that film gets a lot of hate, but I enjoyed Hereditary. I saw it when it first came out, and I liked it. I really enjoyed it. My parents didn't think it was good. They thought it was shit. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Trying to think of more. There's loads, but yeah. Thank you for the question. Much appreciated. Thank you. And then the next question is from my friend Brett. How you doing, mate? And he asked me 2 questions. One of them was a serious question. One was a bit of a jokey question. We'll start off with the jokey question. The jokey question was, why is Evil Dead 2 the greatest movie ever made, and why do you think so? Well, I wouldn't say it is the greatest movie ever made. It's definitely one of the greatest. I do love Evil Dead 2. I love the Evil Dead franchise. I have them all. I've got the original trilogy. I have all 3 seasons of Ash versus Evil Dead, and I also have the remake. So I'm a fan of the franchise. But yeah, I wouldn't say Evil Dead 2 is the greatest, but it's one of the greatest. But anyway, he was just joking when he asked that. Question. The serious question is, what originally drew you to the Rolling Stones and why? So how I became a Rolling Stones fan. Well, I was already a fan of the Beatles. This was back in 2011, I believe. I was already a Beatles fan. That was the year that I became a Beatles fan. And, I wanted to get into the Rolling Stones. And I think I listened to Beggar's Banquet, the 1968 album. I think my mum had it on CD, and I listened to it, and yeah, I liked it. And I knew a few of the hits as well. I knew Satisfaction, Painted Black. I think It's Only Rock and Roll, but I like it. I also knew. But it actually took quite a few years before I actually discovered more of their albums. I think it was only like about 3 years ago. Yeah, 2019. I listened to like Satanic Majesty's Request, which is another good album by the Stones. It's kind of like it's referred to as like their version of Sgt. Pepper, because it came out the same year as the Beatles released Sgt. Pepper. The album cover does look similar to Sgt. Pepper, but yeah, I'll put a picture of it on the screen so you can see. But yeah, the album sounds nothing like Sgt. Pepper though. It really doesn't. But I think it's a great album. And then I listened to more of their albums. Eventually I listened to all their albums and became a huge fan. So yeah, thanks for that, Brett. Next question is from Michael Horton. What did you think of the Chucky remake with Mark Hamill? I liked it. Yeah, and as most of my viewers know, I love the remake. I recently did a ranking on the entire franchise, although I did rank it at the bottom, although it is my least favourite. I still love the movie. I think Mark Hamill did a really good job at playing Chucky. I think he made the character his own. But he's still not as good as Brad Dourif. I will always prefer Brad Dourif. But yeah, I loved it. And it's very different. It wasn't just a copy of the original. It actually did something new. And yeah, I like it when remakes do something new. I don't like it when they try and copy the original. So thanks, Michael. Next question is from my good friend Speedy Myers. How you doing, mate? This question is, what is your favourite scary scene in the Chucky movies? Favourite scary scene? I don't know. I would say probably the scene in Curse of Chucky when Nika's sister is with Chucky in the attic, and and she starts peeling the bits off his face, and it reveals the stitches, and then he suddenly comes to life, and then he stabs her in the eye. I think that's probably my favourite scary scene, because that scene actually is pretty scary. And in my opinion, I think it's the scariest of the franchise. So yeah, thanks, Speedy. Thanks, buddy. And last question is from my friend Ryan. How are you, mate? He says, what movies and TV shows are you most excited about that are coming soon? Well, the movie I'm most excited about this year is Halloween Ends. I really liked Halloween Kills. Really enjoyed it. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to Halloween Ends, that's coming out late this year in October. Can't wait for that. Hoping it's going to be the end of the franchise, because I'm hoping that this time, as much as I adore the Halloween franchise, I think they do tend to milk it quite a bit. But, Laurie Strode's quite old now. Michael Myers is old now as well. He's over 60. So I think it's about time they let the character die. And TV show, I'm really looking forward to the second season of Chucky, which is confirmed. They've already started filming it. They started filming it last week, so yeah, that's coming late this year. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And that's all the questions. So thank you for your questions. I will do another Q&A at some point. I'll do more of these. And I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you have a great day, and take care.